present how to make a control chart using minitab. First of all, you need to prepare your data. Then we open minitab. Compared to Excel, of course, this minitab is very powerful, yeah, and very fast. Okay, so to compare what we did using Excel before, actually we have this data before, yeah. Check my previous explanations how to use Excel to make a control chart. Then you can copy this, yeah, Control C. We go to the minitab because minitab and Excel is compatible, so you just paste over there. Okay, then that's it. So we have the data, so we can start to plot, make the control chart. We go to the start, the control chart. Okay, this is a X bar R. Yeah, we go to the subgroup. So we have a subgroups, we have individual. Remember, we have a EIMR, we have attribute. So we go to the subgroup and then we select X bar R. Okay, then when we see something's empty here, you just click right here just to show them, yeah, to show the data. So there are two types, yeah, two modes actually, yeah. All observation in one column or observation for a subgroup are in one row of a column. So this is what we have, yeah. So it means that we have data in for a sample is in a row, in a row. So then what we can do is you select the data, so 5 patients, and then you can double click or you just press select. So it means this is the group of samples, yeah, 5 data per sample. Okay, so actually by having this setting, we can have a control chart. Okay, so this is our control chart. You can check what we have in the previous activities, yeah, quite similar actually, yeah. So we have this chart and then you can compare to this one. So there is a very quick step to make a control chart. Okay, the other things actually, the second mode of entry data, so we can have a data like this, yeah. So what we have is like this. So all data in one column. For example, for the first day we have 5 data, 1 2 3 4 5. So we have this 5 patients for the first day, the next 5 patients for the second day. So we can still use this format, yeah. So what we need to do is just again, yeah, you select the data and then you copy. We just copy here, no problems, yeah. So this is the day actually, day 1, day 2, yeah. So this is the registration time, yeah, right time. So we go to the control chart, subgroups, X bar R, but in this case we are not using the second one, but we use the first one. All observation are in one column. Okay, which data actually? The data is at the registration time. Yeah, so previously you select 5. In this time, this time you select only just 1. And then the subgroup size. So we need to state there are 5 data per subgroup. Then just click OK. So we have the same result. There is the how easy to use minitab to plot the control chart. Okay, more detail about this, yeah, because when we have an Excel, yeah, previously we have Excel, uh, we have a limit of 1 sigma and 2 sigma. Do we have it in the minitab? Yes, of course, yeah. So what you can do is, yeah, let's back to the first example. So we go to the start, control chart, subgroup, X bar R. We use the first one, yeah, we select this, yeah, select, then open the options, yeah. In the options, we go to the tab limits. You just type 1 space 2. So that means we ask the minitab to plot the 1 sigma and 2 sigma limit. Yeah, so this is what happens if we have a uh, limit. Yeah, this is 1 sigma limit, this is 2 sigma limit. So you can compare the value of each limit. Yeah, so far there is no difference, yeah, using Excel and minitab, except that the minitab is very fast to produce the control chart. But actually there is one thing, yeah, for example, if you go to extreme data, yeah, so far we didn't see any out of control indications, yeah. For example, we try to find this is the sample 15, yeah, sample number 15, a bit high. So when, for example, I change this into the extreme number, one of the patients take about 6 minutes, yeah, and then we make the control chart again based on this new data. Okay, the same setting, so we just okay. So what happened? You see, the difference using Excel and minitab is when you have minitab, minitab will tell you whether the data is out of control or in control. So for example, this sample number 15 show that it is out of control, indicated by red dot, yeah. And actually presented it was fail on test 1. What is the test 1? Test 1 is the 1 point beyond the control limit. It's indicated what sample actually it is out of control and what test the data is failed. Yeah. Okay, so that is how easy to make a control chart using minitab. I think I need still have time to show you, for example, about the test. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so we can go back to the start. I can control. Okay. Then I think I need to just bring back to the previous data. Yeah. So the previous data that previously is in control, and then we go to start, control, subgroup, this bar. We try to explore more about this one. Yeah. Okay, we have a test tab. So actually, yeah, as I mentioned in the previous material, so in minitab there are 8 rules. Yeah, there are 8 tests to indicate whether the process is in control or not. Just now, what we have is actually we just check based on the first test, yeah, the first criteria, 1 point beyond 3 sigma limit or 1 point beyond control limit. Today we have another 7, yeah. For example, we want to check all tests, yeah, perform all tests. That means we want to check whether the data is out of control or not. Okay, actually the data is very good, yeah, because it is in control. although we check for the all tests, yeah, means you can go to continue with your process. Okay, so that is the control chart. What about the control chart with the attribute? Okay, so we back to the Excel. So I have a data for this attribute data. So this is about medication error with the patients. Actually, uh, yeah, you can follow the formula. Yeah, remember the formula. I told you in my previous lesson. This is an MP chart or P chart, or about the medication error, maybe U chart. So this is the data, this is the formula, so you can use this formula to calculate, or yeah, just use minitab. Yeah, for example, we copy the data. Okay, first we take to this data, I copy first the data. Okay, go to the minitab, then I put right here. So we have a number of error uh, every day, and then this is a number of patients that we check in one day. Yeah, so this is 1 day or 1 week. Yeah, so actually this is the same period of time. So we go to the graph, start control chart, and then attributes. Yeah, remember we need to check about the attributes because we are talking about the type of error, so it is whether U or C. Yeah, and again, yeah, back to the sample size. In this case, is sample size is the number of patients. It is varies for every day that we take on the data. So that means it is a not constant, yeah, various or variable sample size. So we go to start, control chart, then we have attribute for U, yeah. So what is the variable? The variable is error, yeah. The data is about error, and then the subgroup is represented by number of patients. So we go to this. Then just click OK. We have this control chart for the medication error data. So you see, the control limit actually is not constant. It depends on the number of sample. Yeah. So you can also make this using Excel. Yeah, a bit difficult, but not so difficult. Yeah. But the important thing is when we use a minitab, the out of control indications automatically show, yeah, when you make a control chart. But maybe there some of you have a question, why this data is having so many red dot, yeah. So actually when you refer to the explanation on the minitab, please refer to the help, then find the U chart or P chart. Yeah, there is condition that we call as the over variations. Yeah, yeah. So you can check it. Yeah. So this is a U linear chart. Yeah. There is over dispersions or under dispersions. Yeah. So in our example, actually this is the over dispersion. So when we find this case, yeah, this kind of pattern, so it means you need to use not the normal U chart, but use a linear chart. Yeah. So you go to start, control chart, attribute. Okay, linear U chart. Yeah, the same variable, and then go to the subgroup. Then we have this one. Okay. Based on this linear U chart, actually we can conclude that the data is still out of control, but only one sample that show we have a out of control indications. So you need to go back to the sample number 23, what happened there, and then try to solve the problems. So that is how we make a control chart using minitab. Very easy, isn't it? Yeah, but you cannot rely on minitab because sometimes when you are in the field, yeah, there is no minitab because this is a licensed software. Then you need to back to your Excel. Okay, so it is very useful to use minitab, but don't forget uh, you must also capable to use Excel to make a control chart. Okay, thank you. See you.